literally. Fully insured, fully trusted. Call Washington Floors today at 908-989-0111. Again, that's 908-989-0111.
Athletic Fields of America, a Tenkata company based in Morris Plains, New Jersey, is dedicated to enhancing the athletic experience for students, faculty, and visitors by transforming sports facilities into premier venues for competitive and recreational activities. We've installed over 1,000 fields, and we continue to focus on innovation and excellence. We partner with our clients to revitalize their existing athletic fields and create new ones from the ground up through meticulous planning, state-of-the-art materials, and expert craftsmanship. Whether it's a professional stadium or a community field, we are building healthier, more beautiful communities and delivering surfaces that perform, last, and support vibrant, active lives. Learn how we can take your sports facility to the next level by visiting afoa.us.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in, wide open net. Too easy right there.
Holly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin.
Here we go.
And they got it! That would win it for Warren Hill.
Great senior night ceremony here at Lemby Valley High School.
A 63-save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
And he break his record. Penty Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to look.
Right up ahead tonight on more Sussex Sports.
And welcome to Masserino Stadium here at the campus of Vernon Township High School's Big State Sports presents high school field hockey. It's an NJAC Freedom Division showdown, but more importantly for the Vikings, it's senior night. And welcome to the Mandenbaum Barrett broadcast booth, serving all your legal needs since 1930. Go to mblawfirm.com. So good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Cleary. Thanks for joining us live on Big State Sports. Hey, it's a balmy 75 degrees here in Vernon in the first week of October. Rarely see that. And that's brought to you by our friends at ICS for keeping you cold when you're warm. Warm when you're cold, go to ICSHVAC.com. And the start of this game will be brought to you by our friends at Open Road Mazda in Morristown. Check out their great selection of vehicles for under $15,000 and their 5-day money-back guarantee. Who does that? Open Road Mazda does. And we also want to thank, when we have a big play, maybe a penalty stroke or a corner penalty, and it'll be crunch time, brought to you by Top Mental Game. We want to thank them for being a sponsor of that. If you're struggling with confidence and consistency and playing scared, get the tools the pros use. Go to topmentalgame.com to schedule your free consultation. As we're about ready to start our senior night ceremonies, I'm Dan Cleary. Again, this is part of our Vernon package where the sponsors in town have so generously put together money and sponsorship for 5 games. We did boys soccer senior night. We're doing field hockey senior night right now. We did football against Sparta, a great game. Vernon came up a little short, and we'll have girls soccer senior night coming up. And then one of these teams do well in the States. If it's a big state tournament game, we'll have that on you for us here at Big State Sports. So we'll give you the team's records. Obviously, Vernon, the home team, 6-3-1, 2-2-1 in the Freedom Division under Coach Kieran Killeen, who's done a great job with this program in 10 years. He's led them to 3 league titles, also got them to the section finals 3 times. Just done a great job. A career record of 113, 62, and 7. He's learned the game in his native South Africa, where that is basically a male-dominated sport. Also, the females do play. He was also a great rugby player, and he came to America, has become one of the best. Started off as a great official, now coaching Vernon. And his wife, Rachel Gordon Killeen, was a great player at Wallkill Valley. So a lot of field hockey going on in the Killeen family. So they're 6-3-1. They're coming off a 4-1 win Saturday over Mount Olive. And we're going to turn it over to our PA announcers. I'll tell you Jefferson real quick, their record, 5-5, 0-4 in the division under Caitlin Canarazzi, a former great star here at Jefferson. And we're going to turn it over to Mike Lipscomb, the outstanding PA announcer and the voice of Sussex County.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, this time will all relatives of these senior players please make their way onto the track. All relatives of these senior players, please make their way onto the track. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Masserino Stadium on the campus of Vernon Township High School for tonight's NJAC Freedom Division contest between the Jefferson Falcons and your Vernon Vikings. We would like to welcome you to our field hockey senior night. At this time, we'd like to honor the Jefferson seniors. Gianna Fox. Ella Young. Samantha Young. And Maya Bruno. That's me. Found that out. And now, here are your Vernon Township seniors. Our first senior, Captain number 20, Abigail Cawley. Next up, number 34, Sabrina Conklin. 24, Hannah Evers. Number 35, Kaylee Free. Captain number 19, Elise Giroux. Number 36, Leah Gunderson. Number 30, Kayla Jurowitz. And number 8, Tegan Wrestler. Thank you to our seniors for leading this program with incredible pride and distinction.
All right, another great job by the voice of Sussex County, Mike Lipscomb, for the senior night. And always a nice touch when you honor the visiting team seniors, as the Jefferson seniors were honored as well. Nice job by everyone involved. So again, we wanted to let you know Jefferson 5-5, 0-4 in the Freedom. They won the Colonial last year, and they're led by Caitlin Canarazzi, who's was a terrific athlete at Jefferson. She was on a great team in 2011. She played at Montclair State. She came back to alma mater. Also coaches the very powerful girls lacrosse team at Jefferson. But they won the Colonial, moved up, struggling in Freedom Division at 0-4, but outside the division, they've done very well. 5-1, in fact, that's their record, so they've done a great job. So want to thank, as we said, all the Vernon businesses that have helped us put this package together. And we're going to start off with our leading off will be Mountain Creek, your mountain adventure throughout October and November. And you'll see the Fall Fest, and before you know it, it'll be time for ski season. So check them out at mountaincreek.com. I want to thank Joe Heshe and Evan Kovac for all their support of the Vernon student athletes. Rooster Tees, located nearby Warwick, New York, for all your embroidery and screen printing needs. Proudly supplying Vernon spirit wear for years. Owned and operated by Vernon local Sue Lockerin and Warwick local Jeff Padham. Go to roostertees.com or call them at 845-987-1133. Mark's Auto on Route 565 across from the lamppost. The most trusted name in auto repair, Market and Son, will keep you on the road and get you ready for the winter season. Call them today at 973-764-1646. Also, former Vernon football star player Ryan Groves just is working for them, just graduated from tech school. Congratulations, Ryan. Vernon Copy Center on Vernon Crossing Road. Owner Katie is a proud Vernon grad. The Copy Center is a UPS shipping destination and location, and is your one-stop shopping for printing, faxing, business cards, notary of the public, and much, much more. Call Katie today at 973-764-5655. And folks, it's the Super Bowl season for Pochuck Valley Farms, located right down the road on 517 here in Glenwood. The Vance family's been part of this town since 100 years, as we want to thank them, and we're going to have our national anthem. All right, as I was saying, Potrick Valley Farms, the Fans family's been part of the area here in Glenwood for over 100 years. They got the You Pick 'em from 7 to 4. Apples, everything you want in the fall season. If you live in Jefferson, you're watching this game, make the ride up here. It's not that far. You will love going to Potrick Valley Farms. You can check them out on social media, or you can also give them a call. They'd love to have you come by. They also have hay rides, and they have school trips. You name it, they got it. 973-764-4732. I want to thank Michelle for helping us out. And we also want to thank the Blackcomb Barbershop, voted #1 shop in Sussex County on the corner of Breakneck and Cannister Road in Highland Lakes. Owner Kathy's a longtime fixture in town, now has her own shop. Great for the whole family, but you need an appointment. Call her today, 908-280-2662. You won't be disappointed. Vernon Lawn Care is a complete landscaping company. They do it all: fertilizing, weed control, weekly maintenance, and fall cleanups. The best in the area for over 25 years. Our friend Bob Schupon's the owner, a proud Vernon graduate, was a terrific football player here, and I always mention, still has the kickoff return record for the Vikings with 94-yard return when he played back in the day. Call Bob today, see what he can do for you, 973-764-2111. Trax Deli on Vernon Crossing Road, great breakfast sandwiches, soups, sandwiches, and they cater. Check them out on social media for daily specials, as they are Trax Deli, your hometown deli, 973-764-2700. And finally, the Daily Bean on the bottom Route 515, the coolest place to chill out with friends. They have a great selection of food, hot and cold beverages. You name it, you got it. They have great things. Check them out on social media. They have entertainment. A day like today, you sit outside. They're pet friendly. It's the best place to come meet friends in Sussex County, not just Vernon. It's a destination spot. Again, if you're watching from the Jefferson area, make the ride up and go see Gina and the great crew at the Daily Bean. 973-764-6773. Check them out on social media. And again, can't thank those people enough for all their sponsorship. So we'll give you the starting lineups. Jefferson being the visiting white. They've won 4 in a row. They beat Lenby Valley 4-3, St. Elizabeth 3-2 on their senior night in overtime, Walker Valley 2-1, and Butler 2-1 when they beat Butler. Gianna Fox had a goal. Gabby Fitzsimmons had a goal. And I found out Gabby Fitzsimmons' grandfather is the great John Sonati, who won 2 state titles with the Jefferson football team in the late 80s, was a great golf coach. Coach Caitlin Catanrazzi's brother, Vinny, in golf. Vinny was that rare, terrific offensive lineman, linebacker, football player, tough as nails, and played on the golf team. He was terrific. He played with Ryan Snoffer from our friends over at Nielsen. So Gabby Fitzsimmons, she had a goal in there, and Casey Oster only had to make the one save. We'll give it a starting lineup. Number 1, Amelia Makepeace. Number 2, Gabby Fitzsimmons with 2 goals and 2 assists. Number 3, Sylvania Malone, 2 goals, 1 assist. And also starting today, Tate Martinez. She's a sophomore, 1 goal. Number 7, Gianna Fox. Number 8, she's got 7 goals, 2 assists. Stella Maffei, she's got a goal. She's number 9. And Ella Young and Sam Young, the sisters, seniors, 2 goals for Sam Young. Their older sister has run away. The great Avery Young, who was hurt, but she'll be ready to play out in Oregon playing lacrosse. She was one of the best lacrosse players her senior year a couple of years back. So great athletic family. Also rounding out the starting lineup, Devin Flamer, number 17. She has a goal. Mariana Montoya. And rounding out Casey Osterhout in goal. Vernon in the home blue uniforms. They'll be starting a senior lineup, but you'll see a lot of the kids that have been playing very well for them this year, including underclassman Sam Janis, sophomore, leading the way with 9 goals and 5 assists. But their starters tonight, all the seniors, number 24, Hannah Evers, number 14, Maddie Van Blorkum is a junior. She has 12 goals. Carolyn Rugel, number 16, a sophomore. Caitlin Hordich, number 17, a junior. Captain Elise Giroux with 4 goals, 5 assists. She's starting. Abby Qualley, captain, she's starting. She's got 3 goals, 3 assists. And then you got Kayla Jurowitz, who's been a starter for several years, a senior, number 30. Sabrina Conklin, 34, a senior. Kaylee Free, a senior, back out for the team, 3 goals, 1 assist. And Alexis Inoa, 54 saves in 8 games with 4 shutouts, as the Vikings are coming off win the other day, as they were able to beat Mount Olive on Saturday, 4-1. Sam Janis had 2 goals, and Madigan Van Blorkum had a goal, as did Tegan Ressler. And Tegan also starting tonight, number 8. And Alexis Inoa had 4 saves for the shutout. So we're all set here. Jefferson looking to continue their winning ways. Coach Caitlin Catanrazzi telling me, we've scheduled a lot of non-conference because the Freedom Division is just so tough. Right now, no one's touching them. They're playing Hackettstown as we speak right now. there's anyone that has a chance of possibly knocking off Newton in the division, it would be the Tigers. They've already beaten Vernon twice. So Newton state-ranked, undefeated, 4 Division I players. They're going to be tough to beat. So Jefferson in that division with a Newton, a Hackettstown, a Vernon. Such good teams in that division. So they got bumped up after winning the Colonial last year. They went 12-7, 6-0 in the Colonial. So it'll be interesting to see. Their next game is against Kittatinny. It's a play-in or a play-out game, and wherever you want to call it. Whoever wins that game is going to stay in the Freedom. Chance here for the Vikings in the circle, and swept away. A good job by the Falcons. As the sun just starting to go below the tree line, which will help my broadcast immensely as I'll be able to see everyone. That was a great job by Gabby Fitzsimmons clearing it out. So again, you have the 4 wins. Their other win was against Parsippany, 1-0. They tied Par Hills. But Coach Ken Rossi was telling me she submitted to the NJAC over the last 12 years their numbers against the big 3 in that division, and they're hoping that it's not that they don't want to play tough competition. It's tough to keep building a program if you're going to be being in tough games. And they've been when they're in the Colonial, they won it in 2024. They won it in 2022, and they won it in 2019. But that's sort of what the Colonial Division is in all sports. Whoever wins that is usually a smaller school, small 2 or a 1, and they go up and play the big guys, and they take their lumps. So I'm going to bring in, after doing a great job, I let him catch his breath after announcing all those names. Oh, my goodness. Mike Lipscomb, who just came here from Wallkill Valley's game against North Warren. Mike, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Dan, great to be on the air with you as always.
Always a pleasure. So, you and I have talked about that whole Colonial Division situation in other sports as well.
Yeah, Dan, it's the coach, Jefferson's coach is absolutely right with this. The problem is that there is no middle class, and the fact that we continue to segregate in these smaller divisions versus broadening the base of the NJAC. I mean, right now the way it's set up right now is you only have the American and Freedom. The Colonial and the Freedom going up and down, the American National going up and down, and the Liberty and Independence going up and down. What they really need to do is erase the 6 divisions and then start making it strength of program all the way throughout, and then there would be a middle tier of people that you could play people who are like you, versus what Jefferson's saying is we have no shot against these teams, but these teams are elite teams. They belong up playing other elite teams as part of their regular season schedule.
Imagine a division with Madison, Chatham, West Morris, Newton, Vernon, Hackettstown. Wow.
That's a great division. And then, then accordingly, then after that, listen, if you think you might be in the bottom half of that, well, schedule your independence accordingly. You schedule independence year by year. It's not like football. We have a 2-year rotating schedule. You can taper your schedule to what you think you are. If you think you're super good, then go schedule some other big teams. If you think you're kind of, hey, I'm a little bit down, I'm going to struggle in that upper division, but I can go schedule some mid teams that would probably want to play me at this point, then go schedule them. They'll happily play you. I mean, nobody's trying to shy away from competition. People just want to get apples with apples and oranges with oranges, not apples with watermelons.
100%. Always on mark, Mike Lipscomb.
It's a constant rant of mine that I will.
I enjoy giving you the public forum for that.
Yeah,
you make a lot of sense.
I thank you. It's just something I'll fall on the sword for because I really think that we can do better.
Sent into the circle goes wide. And just to give you guys a little background, Mike does games at almost every school in Sussex County. He has seen the field hockey. He's seen soccer, basketball. No one knows it better. So he has a feel for what he's seen over the years. And I tend to agree with field hockey when you don't have as many teams either. Like every school's got soccer. Not everyone's got field hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I think between the 4 smaller divisions of the NJAC right now, I think we're only playing 16, 18 teams, I think, total. So it's an incredibly low number. We can't divide them up a little bit better. I know people like to scream about travel, but realistically, you're scheduling your non-conference games as far, you're traveling far away for those. So why don't we just flip it around a little bit?
All right, we're going to have our first corner. We'll go to the Falcons, and Sylvania Malone will send this in. Actually, note the switch. No, you're going to just switch sides. So obviously, you got to keep an eye out for Fitzsimmons and Fox as possible targets on the insert. With 8:20 to go here in the first quarter, no score here on senior night.
These set pieces are critical for Jefferson tonight.
They send it in and knocked right back out. Kept in the circle, looking for the post, looking for the redirect. It goes wide. Good thought there by Fox.
You never know what you're going to get on the senior night, Dan. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a 25-minute ceremony, so your kids basically come off, they're warmed up. But still, there's a good part about senior night, and then there's the part about, okay, have we checked back in mentally to be ready for senior night? And hopefully, if you're the away team, sometimes you catch a home team off guard a little bit.
Right. Corley with a great send-up, looking for the ultra-fast Madigan Limbarkin, leads the team with 12 goals, 2 assists, also a terrific softball player. Her and Tegan Wrestler played for the great Kerry Ludeking in the springtime for the Vikings softball team. We're looking to be pretty good. But when you talk about softball, the conversation starts and begins with Jefferson. They've won 3 section titles the last 4 years. Last year lost in the state semis, but got to the state finals 2 years ago. What a great softball program. You go all the way back to the great Ed Levins.
Yeah, Dan, I remember way back in our Herald days, I would get sent down to do a lot of Jefferson games, and it would take me longer to drive to Jefferson and back than it would be for an Ed Levins game, because it would be 55 minutes, a 4-hitter, 3-hitter, 2-hitter, and you'd be out of there with a 3-0 win and just go, do your interview and go home.
That's right. Kristen DePasquale back in the early 2000s had the state record for wins with over 125, or 101, excuse me.
I still remember I had a Sparta Jefferson game down there, Dan, where she threw a 3-hitter. The girl for Sparta threw a 4-hitter. And somebody, was it Gilchrist at that point? Would have been a shortstop?
Yeah.
She hit a 3-run homer. And that was the game.
Yep.
52 minutes. I remember timing it.
Dawn Gilchrist, one of the best players to come out of Jefferson and Morris County in 3 sports. She was great in soccer, basketball, and softball. So still no score here. They'll switch fields, the Vikings. This would be Cawley. Defense has been good all year, with Cawley, one of the captains, anchoring that defense. We talked about Coach Colleen, what he's done. Got his 100th win last year. The first few years of his tenure were kind of shaky, but he rebuilt the program. He got them to a section final for the first time. And bringing it into the circle, chance here for the Vikings. Reverse stick saved by Ostrout. Still loose, kept in the circle. Can the Vikings get another shot off, chip into a body? We're going to come out the other way, so Vernon's best opportunity. But he got them to a section final in 2019. They lost to West Essex. And Carly Van Tassel was on that team along with Haley DeBonte. Carly now assisting. You look at the assistant coaches, they're all players that played for Coach Colleen. Rachel Vandalowski, she was Rachel Colvin, who played for Vernon. Rebecca Bodowitz was on that amazing 2020 team that went 13-1 and lost in the section finals during COVID. And Carly, who had a great career at Montclair, her sister at St. Bonaventure playing lacrosse. But a tale of 2 careers for Coach Colleen. And he's done an amazing job. Steph Gastadello got this program going, along with Joanne Bruner. Elise Shep got into a final in 2010, section final with Lauren Poppy. As Jefferson get their second corner. But it's always a good sign of a program, Mike, when the players that played for you come back to coach.
Yeah, I was going to throw that in there, Dan. That's great pride within the program that when all the alum want to come back and help out, whether it be as a coach or some way they contribute. It's great. It's great for the program when you see everybody come back home.
On the insert, sent in, tough shot there, and it's a goal redirected in for the Falcons off the corner penalty. Wow, good job by the Falcons. They'll draw first blood. It's 1-0. The insert's going to be sent in by Sylvania Malone, and it's going to get batted down. It might have been Malone getting the goal, or was it number 10? We'll see here. And it is number 10 with the reverse stick sending it in. Ella Young with the goal. Great job by Ella.
Dan, that's the magical start you need as the away team in a senior night. You know you're the underdog walking onto the field, but yet if you get that first goal, it starts putting a little doubt in people's minds. It's like, okay, now we need to, Vernon now needs to regroup and answer quickly, which clearly they're capable of doing.
And according to my stats, that's Ella's first goal of the season. Congratulations to her. So Jefferson with the 1-0 lead off the corner penalty. And they score. And now the pressure coming on here. And the first time these two teams met, Mike, was a 7-0 Vernon victory down at Jefferson. Sam Janis led the way with 2 goals. And Vernon's won the last 5 games against Jefferson. Jefferson, that's the first goal they've scored in the last 5 matches, or last 6.
First of all, it's an impressive record by Vernon to be able to hold an opponent down like that. And then conversely, if all the nights on somebody else's senior night, you come out and you score that first goal in forever, basically.
So they snap that scoring drought and get on the board. Good job out of Falcons.
Now, this is always the dilemma you have as a head coach, though. When it doesn't, you want to get the seniors as much run as you can, but if they're not your regular seniors, at what point you say, okay, I still got to try to win the game here at some point. And obviously, one goal isn't much, so you have the opportunity to let them run for a while yet. But we've seen other nights where teams have come out and struggled in this format and end up losing games. So,
good job by the Vikings to create that by the captain, Elise Drew, so they'll get their first corner. As we have just over 3 minutes to go, I think Coach Colleen's thinking, I can get a quarter out of everybody here. Makes everyone happy. If they score here, it's going to be tied. So on the insert, Cawley winds and it goes wide. Drew with the insert.
Yeah, Dan, here's the other factor, too, when you start thinking about this. The kids on the bench right now aren't used to sitting on the bench to start with, so now it's a different mindset if they have to come into a game.
Right.
And they're a little bit cold right now, so that's a different mentality.
So Jefferson with the 1-0 lead, and this will be a Vernon hit coming in. Taking this will be Wrestler. 1 goal, 3 assists, terrific player, great catcher for Coach Kerry Ludeking.
I mean, the one example I can think of last year, unfortunately for Vernon, was their boys basketball team lost their senior night to the pack on here.
Yeah, dug a little bit of a hole. But actually, they were kind of winning with the second guys in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this much. Pack-on played well, and then, they were able to maintain that when Vernon went back to their regular lineup. Pack-on was good last year. I mean, that was a team that in boys basketball last year that you didn't want to take them lightly. They were definitely improved over what they had been.
Good job by the Vikings to keep this in. And that will roll to the far sideline. Tatiana Martinez is checked in number 7 for the Jefferson Falcons. Jurowitz sends it up on the far sideline. Under 2 minutes to go. Jefferson with the 1-0 lead. You're live on the Big State Sports Network. You see all our Vernon sponsors. They've been great to us all year long. I thank them personally. Once again, without their help, Mountain Creek, Rooster Teas, Mark Soto, Vernon Copy Center, Potrock Valley Farms, Blackcomb Barber, Vernon Lawn Care, Trax Deli, and the Daily Bean. Without them, these games aren't on. So again, just to remind you, a quarter, a half, or a game cannot end on a corner penalty. So if you're the Vikings, obviously you want to score, but as long as you create a corner, you can get a set play before the period ends as we hit the minute mark.
Dan, if I can make an endorsement for the Daily Beans Iced Lemon Loaf.
Ah, there we go.
I did stop there last week, grabbed a coffee, and I looked at the Iced Lemon Loaf and said, okay, let me try this out. And I was like, this is really good. It was one of those moments. It wasn't just like it was good. It was like, oh, this is really good.
And the Vikings have a chance. And, folks, Mike's been all over the place. So if he promotes something, it's just not coach speak, as we'll say in sports.
No. I'm not promoting food to the masses if I don't think it's really good. I will not do that to anybody else's taste buds or stomach.
So Vikings trying to get in the circle for a goal or a corner. Shot, goal! Beautifully done by the Vikings. And we'll see who gets the goal, and then we'll take a look at that. They'll get it into the circle.
Coach, give me the goal again without the music. I heard the assist. I didn't hear the goal.
Giroux looks like got the shot off, or was that directed in? So it was deflected. So Giroux with the assist, and they gave the goal to Hannah Evers. It looks like
Your Vernon Township goal, number 24, Hannah Evers.
And on senior night, that's
Assisted
Hannah's
by
first
Elise
goal.
Giroux.
First goal of the season on senior night. You got to love that. We're tied. And there's the horn. So what a finish to the first quarter by the Vikings getting the goal. Hannah Evers on senior night. That'll be a memory for that young lady for a very long time. All right, 1 quarter in the books here at Anthony Mascherino Stadium as we are tied in a Freedom Division battle on senior night 1-1. We'll take a break. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this live on the Big State Sports Network.
Here at BMW of Newton, we treat our customers like family while giving them the ultimate buying experience.
Don't miss the 2025 BMW X330 X-Drive, just $629 a month.
I invite you to come down to BMW of Newton to check it out for yourself.
Athletic Fields of America.
And welcome back to the Manabal Barrett broadcast booth. Since 1930, handling all your legal needs. Go to mblawfirm.com for more information. Again, you see all those sponsors coming through. Mountain Creek, they got the Fall Fest going on October, November. Rooster Teeth, supplying all the spirit wear for Vernon. Go to roosterteeth.com. Mark's Auto, most trusted name in auto repair across from the lamppost, 764-1646. Vernon Copy Center, Katie, a proud Vernon graduate. They're a UPS destination delivery spot, one-stop shopping for everything you need for printing, faxing, Notary Republic, 764-5655. Pochuck Valley Farms, no better place to be in the fall than Pochuck Valley Farms. You pick them from 7 to 4, hayrides, you name it. It's a great place, a longtime staple in Glenwood for the last 100 years with the Vance family. And then the Blackcomb Barbershop in the corner of Canisteer and Breakneck Road up in the Highland Lakes. Kathy is a wonderful person. She has been voted the #1 shop in the county, and rightfully so. I go there. I know everyone likes to go there because you need to get an appointment. She's so popular. And you can do it online or call her to get an appointment at 908-280-2662. Vernon Lawn Care, best lawn care in the county. Bob Schupon, proud Vernon graduate. Bob does a great job. They do fertilizing, they do weeding, and weekly cleanups. Vernon Lawn Care, 973-764-2111. Trax Deli, your hometown deli. Great breakfast sandwiches, 973-2700. And our friends at the Daily Bean. I can't say anything better than what Mike said before the end of the quarter about the great food they have there. Gina and her staff is a wonderful place to come chill with friends. Check them out online for entertainment, pet-friendly, 973-764-6773. As we start the second quarter, Ella Young got the scoring going for Jefferson off a corner penalty. Her first goal of the year with 4:29 left. And then right at the end of the period, Hannah Evers redirects Elise Giroux's pass. And on senior night, she gets her first goal, and we're tied at 1. So thanks for joining us on a beautiful night here in Vernon. I'm Dan Clear, along with Mike Lipscomb, the voice of Sussex County. And Vernon will get it into the circle. Mike, how cool is it that 2 seniors get their first goals tonight? Even though Jefferson's the visiting team, they did honor them. But that's a memory they're going to remember forever.
Oh, yeah, and just just the fact you get that first goal, you get on. Who cares who senior night it was? You got for Jefferson, they got the first goal of the game.
Right, and first time in 5 games.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big feat right there in itself. And then obviously Vernon having you always want your seniors to do well on senior night, and that's part of the whole tradition of the whole thing is that you want them to succeed on this night. It's their night.
And I'm checking to see if some of the players that are underclassmen that have been key contributors are out there. Sam Janis in particular. Sam's dad, Chuck Janis, was a great athlete here, soccer player for John Ryan. Her Uncle Joe was a great soccer player. Played with Bill Foley back in the day. He was an underclassman and a big contributor to when Vernon won its only section title in boys soccer in 1985. So Joe's in great shape. So I hope he doesn't upset that I kind of gave away his age. You don't look it.
Going back to Mr. Foley's playing days.
Well, as he will tell you, a lot of his playing days was watching Mark Tino in goal. But Billy was an outstanding basketball player, played in college.
Yeah. I wonder who he played for.
Who was the assistant coach then? Was it a young Mike Lipscomb at Sussex County College?
It might indeed be a young Mike Lipscomb.
That'll be sent in. Reese Bauman, a talented freshman, she is checked in from the Bauman family. Well-known in Vernon, all good athletes. So Reese is in there. So this is the future of Vernon field hockey. Reese, a freshman, and Sammy Janis, number 5, a sophomore. And they're up top with the senior leader and captain Elise Giroux. Vernon last year went 12-8, went 5-3 in the division, lost to Peaburg in the HWS 2-1, And they beat Mendham 2-0 in North Group 2, lost to Rumson 2-0, made the trip down to the shore. And they graduated a great senior class last year. Chloe DeBonta at Kane, Abby DeYoung, and Emily Getz. Emily Getz, the goalie. They're playing at Ramapo. Abby Mudhank's playing at Bridgewater. Kelsey Callahan. There was a real good senior class for Coach Colleen, who were big parts of them winning a division in 2023 as underclassmen. So Coach has won 3 division titles, and he's gotten to the section final, but you always run into someone like the first couple times, like a West Essex, and then they lost to Mo Beard. That 2020 team, Mike, Rebecca Bodowitz is on the sideline coaching. She was tremendous. Might be the best team that he had, but because of COVID, they only played the 14 games. It wasn't a true league. Well, they won their league, and they were in Northwest B, and they lost to Mo Beard 3-1 in a tough game here on a Saturday morning. But that team was loaded. Alicia Mahalko was the player of the year in Sussex County as a defender with Aaliyah Germanario. And if Alicia's watching, we send her condolences to her and her family. Her dad, George, passed away a couple of weeks ago. I knew George personally, went to high school with him, went to college with him, lived with him. Very sad. And I got to see Alicia and a lot of kids from that 2020 team at the viewing and stuff like that. And it's a sad way to get together, but, that team was special. Maddie Hordich, Noelle DeBonta, a part of the great DeBonta gang. This is the first year I haven't called it the DeBonta name in 10 years. It's probably since 2015-14.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dan, that does seem, when you're saying that, does seem odd to me even. I have not said it DeBonta at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still early in the sports season, but, I mean, it's been a staple name that I've said, and with me not being at Vernon all the time, I still say it all the time.
Yeah, they all graduated. I think all the coaches have put in a new order to Rick and Heather. I don't know if they want to fulfill that order or not, but Haley was with Carly Van Tassel, got this program back. They were on that 2019 team that won their first league title over 25 years. Carly was great, Haley, and a lot of great underclassmen who were on that 20 team. Bahalko, Germanario, Bodowitz, Hordich, Noelle DeBonta was an underclassman. Had Lauren Washchek, Nat Hassard, and up top you had 2 Jackrabbits and great players, and Julia Gregory and Alyssa Vandelinda. That was a great team. Fell in the section final, but Jefferson's going to get another corner, Mike. They're third to Vernon's 1, so good job by the Falcons getting things going inside the circle. Fitzsimmons will send this out.
Like I said, Dan, early on, when you're the road underdog, these set pieces are critical for you to try to win a game. Because a lot of times you're not going to be better in the flow of play, but if you get a couple corners out of this, you hit these set pieces, all of a sudden you're in a game.
Send it towards the post, trying to get something going. And that's good corner defense right there, getting it out of the circle. And here's the thing that people don't realize. Like, now they have a chance they can get rid of the mask. If the play's still going, you got to play with a mask on.
Right.
It's there for protection for the original shot, not to play in the circle. So that's a great job by Sabrina Conklin, the senior, number 34. You get that out, Coley with the hit.
It's almost like the catcher trying to throw the mask on a ball up in the air, and you're heaving it somewhere. You're not sure where you're throwing it to. You're just trying to get the thing away from you.
100%. Again, the Falcons have done a nice job. Again, first meeting down at Jefferson, all Vernon, a 7-0 win. And Coach Canarozzi told me before the game, she goes, we're going to be very competitive tonight. The girls are confident with 4 straight wins. And they're all gritty wins. 1 goal, 2 goal wins, So she said they've kind of learned how to win over the last week, but 4 straight wins. All 1 goal wins. Lenape Valley 4-3, St. E's 3-2 in overtime, 2-1 over Walkill and 2-1 over Butler on Saturday. But here's a chance. This first time we're going to call Janice's name, and a great stop in the circle. Even though there's a whistle on that, you don't want Janice breaking in one-on-one. And a good stop there by the Falcons, and it'll result in a corner for the Vikings.
Yeah, Dan, what you're saying, when you get that winning streak going, I mean, look at Vernon's football team. To have the tough opener in Warren Hills, we'll look at the corner first here. We'll come back to that point.
Crowley will get it back in the circle, sends it to the side. Perfectly set up, shot saved. That was a defensive stick stop, actually. Great job by Ella Young. And we're going to have another corner, it looks like. So Vernon will have their third corner equal with Jefferson.
It's amazing how those corner numbers caught up real quick right there, Dan.
They certainly do. And they come in flurries. Elise Drewer with the insert Janice, number 5, is on the far corner. She'll run right to that far post. She'll be a target. Actually, she'll go right by the 6. Madigan Van Barkum.
Good job by Jefferson of getting it away there. And
drawing the whistle. Good work there by Gianna Fox, number 8.
So, Dan, going back to my original point about, when your team is struggling a little bit and you can win a couple games in a row, all of a sudden it just changes the whole complexion where you're going. Now, we saw Vernon's football team opening night have a real rough night, Warren Hills, but then they played 3 people that were more in line with what they were capable of at the time. They win the 3 games, then they turn around and they beat High Point. So confidence is very important at the high school level. And if you can run off, if the schedule falls the right way for you, you can run off a couple, then all of a sudden you start shocking the world. Because then all of a sudden you believe in what you're doing.
100%. We talked about Jefferson winning that division last year. Sam Kepler, leading scorer with 15 goals, playing lacrosse Division I at Ryder. And Emily Shore, she's playing at Shenandoah.
So that would have been a good team no matter what division they played in. But
12-7 overall.
Yeah.
They won a county game, beat Parsippany, and lost to eventual finalist West Morris Central, who lost to Madison. We're going to have to stop the clock. And I think Coach Kieran Colleen's calling a timeout.
I mean, some of the schools that you've read off here that they've lost, that some of these schools have lost. I mean, you're losing to West Morris. You were talking about Vernon earlier. Some of the schools, you lose to Mo Beard. You lose to some of these other powerhouses. There's no shame in some of these teams. Some of these schools are awfully good in this sport.
100%. So during this timeout, that'll allow us to thank our Vernon sponsors. They scroll right through Mountain Creek. They have the Fall Fest going on all month and into November. I want to thank Evan Koufax, the general manager, for that, and as well as the owner, Joe Hessian. Rooster Teas, located right across the border in Warwick. Give them a call at 845-987-1133, roosterteas.com. Mark's Auto, Route 565, across from the lamppost, the most trusted name in auto repair. Mark and his son, and Ryan Groves, former Vernon football player, will get your car ready for the winter season. 973-764-1646. Vernon Copy Center on Vernon Crossing Road, a UPS shipping destination, as well as Notary of the Public, faxing, whatever you need, Katie's got it. Give Katie a call at 973-764-5655. Polk Truck Valley Farms. From 7 to 4, you pick them. Hay rides, all you name it. It's the best place in the entire state of New Jersey to be during the fall. I want to thank the Vance family. Michelle does a great job with their public relations. Thank you so much. Check them out on social media. And the number 1 barbershop in Sussex County, Blackcomb Barbershop, located in the corner of Canister and Breakneck, up on the hill. Kathy, the owner, has been a long-time staple in the community. Now she's got her own shop, and she's so popular, you've got to make a reservation. 908-280-2662, or go online and get the reservation. Vernon Lawn Care, you want to get your yard ready for the fall and ready for the winter time with some fertilization and mulching, whatever you need. It's Bob Chupon and Vernon Lawn Care, 973-764-2111. And Vernon's hometown deli, the Tracks Deli on Vernon Crossing Road, 973-764-2700. Great sandwiches. Check them out on social media for their daily specials. And the best place to go chill out with friends is the Daily Bean at the bottom of Route 515 in Vernon. Gina and her friendly staff will make you feel at home, like an old pair of slippers going into the Daily Bean. It's just so comfy. Great selection of beverages, hot and cold, great sandwiches. You name it, they got it. Check them out on social media for entertainment. And on a day like today, you sit outside, pet-friendly, best place in Vernon and the whole area. So if you live in Jefferson, make that ride up. It's not too far. Right at the bottom of 515, 973-764-6773. Check them out online. We want to thank Gina and everyone at the Daily Bean.
Well done, Mr. Clary. Going back to Vernon Lawn Care, it's an underappreciated time of year for lawn guys. I mean, there's a lot of work you can get done to prep your lawn for next spring, and the fact that the weather's been so good, it's great for those guys to be able to get out there and get your thatching in, get your fertilizing done, get all that work you need done. So this way in the spring you can have your lawn be just beautiful to start with.
And I'll let everyone know at home, Mike is a professional groundskeeper as well at one point. Took care of some great lawns at Kittatinny and Fields at Walkill Valley. Anywhere else you were a groundskeeper?
No, that ends my high school career right there. I have a couple other people I've worked for, but they were non-sponsors, so
okay.
We won't give them any free plug tonight.
There you go. So Mike knows what he's talking about when it comes to the local eateries and yard care. Mike, you are a Renaissance man.
I am a Renaissance man indeed. I know a little bit about a lot, but I don't know a lot about anything for the most part.
Oh.
Though I can sit here and argue PowerPoints and
yes, you can. I was going to say, you know a lot.
And NJAC, realignment of the NJAC, HWS setup. I mean, I could go into that too, but that's a whole different day.
And we have yet to have the seedings come out for either the Morris County or the Hunter Warren Sussex tournament. Obviously, Morris County, Madison's a defending champ, but boy, West Morris is playing great. They've given Chatham their one loss, and I saw Chatham against Mendham, and they looked unbelievable. But West Morris has a great sophomore. I think she's on the U16 national team. Tracy Buchanan's daughter, Lexi, she's tremendous. So the favorites right now in Morris County, obviously West Morris, Madison, the defending champ, and Chatham. And HWS, I hate to say it's so early, but it's Newton's tournament to lose. As I think they're on a collision course to to play a very good North Hunterdon team, who I saw last week beat Pingree.
Yeah, you're talking some heavy hitters both there, with Newton and North Hunterdon, and obviously these Morris County schools. And if you haven't got a chance to see some of these schools play, absolutely go watch them play. And
we'll have a whistle before that shot was taken.
It's amazing when you go out and you watch some of these teams on the turf, on the fast surface, and how they play. It's an entirely different sport, and it's just it's a great sport to watch when it's done well.
We'll see what they do here on the corner penalty. Giroux sends it in. Coley back to Giroux. Back up top. Coley has chance, takes the shot. Rebound comes out loose. Vernon will get to it. Turning it in is Bauman to Van Blarkum. Good circle defense by the Falcons, but a little too good, as that's going to be, I think there was a push in there. It'll be a corner, and it'll be Vernon's 5th corner to Jefferson's 3. Giroux will do it again, 1:35 to go.
Falcons have done a nice job on defense tonight, though, Dan. I mean, you give them 7 the first time, and they have been very tenacious inside the circle tonight.
Cawley with the rip. Stay here with the Vikings. And it goes out of bounds, no advantage. And again, Jefferson fights off a corner.
I mean, that's kind of important right there for Jefferson, Dan. I mean, if you can get to the half 1-1, that is a tremendous half for you.
100% when they lost 7-0 first time they met. But again, Coach Caitlin Kenarazi, who was an amazing athlete during her time here at Jefferson, she said these kids are ready. And they've shown it with 50 seconds to go. Tied, Van Blarkum trying to push forward. And Sam Janis gets it sent back in the circle, and it'll be a corner. So again, as we've mentioned numerous times, the half can end on a corner, so they have 30 seconds coming up, but they can take their time, set it up. Coach Colleen has a myriad of corner plays, so we'll see what he calls out. I mean, he's just an absolute technician. Drew sends it into Coley. Back over to the top. Wrestler controls it for the moment. Challenged by the Jefferson defense, and
the Falcons may get enough of a clear here, Dan, to run out the half.
They will see if Vernon can smack it into the circle. Conklin's got 6 seconds to do so. She'll send it over to the side. Bauman, and that will end the first half. So 1 half in the books here on senior night in Vernon. It's been a good one as the Jefferson Falcons have come to town, and they've evened up the Vikings at 1. We'll take a break. We'll have third quarter action live here on the Big State Sports Network.
David Hassagen here from Big State Sports. You're watching free coverage of the best high school athletes across the Garden State.
Your entry door is your guest's first impression before entering your home. Make it a lasting one with Maslin Door Company, Sussex County's source for the largest selection of iron doors in New Jersey. Visit us today for professional and personable service from design to installation. Choose from elegant and secure iron doors to grace your home, or beautiful fiberglass doors in a wide variety of color and style. Call Maslin Door for a free in-home estimate or visit our showroom and tell them Hudson sent you.
Climate Cares cover the cost so viewers like you can enjoy this broadcast for free.
Don't wait. Your dream ride is waiting at Garden State Harley-Davidson. From Harley legends to rugged CF Moto off-road beasts, the season's best selections here now. Route 10 East Morris Plains.
Hey, this is Zach Smolin with Big State Sports. We know fundraising can be tough for booster clubs and coaches, and that's why we're so excited about Leading Edge. They've helped programs raise tens of thousands of dollars in just a 1-hour fundraising drive. Scan this QR code or visit lefundraise.com and let them know Big State Sports sent you.
Here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown, we strive to provide a stress-free, knowledgeable, positive buying experience. No matter your budget, we'll find the right car for you.
Drive home the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for just $229 a month.
Check us out for yourself.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
KJM Financial, helping families navigate the college application and financial aid process since 1988. Visit njcollegeguide.com to schedule your free consultation today.
I'm Steven Cruz, I'm from Jefferson Township, and you're watching Big State Sports.
Tired of tired floors? At Washington Floors, we're a family-owned business in Washington, New Jersey. From cozy carpets to stunning hardwoods, we've got your floor covered, literally. Fully insured, fully trusted. Call Washington Floors today at 908-989-0111. Again, that's 908-989-0111.
This is George Muha, and you're watching Big State Sports.
Hey, this is Zach Smolin with Big State Sports. We know fundraising can be tough for booster clubs and coaches, and that's why we're so excited about Leading Edge. They've helped programs raise tens of thousands of dollars in just a 1-hour fundraising drive. Scan this QR code or visit lefundraise.com and let them know Big State Sports sent you.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Athletic Fields of America, a Tenkata company based in Morris Plains, New Jersey, is dedicated to enhancing the athletic experience for students, faculty, and visitors by transforming sports facilities into premier venues for competitive and recreational activities. We've installed over 1,000 fields, and we continue to focus on innovation and excellence. We partner with our clients to revitalize their existing athletic fields and create new ones from the ground up through meticulous planning, state-of-the-art materials, and expert craftsmanship. Whether it's a professional stadium or a community field, we are building healthier, more beautiful communities and delivering surfaces that perform, last, and support vibrant, active lives. Learn how we can take your sports facility to the next level by visiting afoa.us.
All the alumni want to come back and help out, whether it be as a coach or some way they contribute. It's great. It's great for the program when you see everybody come back home.
On the insert sent in, tough shot there, and it's a goal redirected in for saying sports.
No. I'm not promoting food to the masses if I don't think it's really good. I will not do that to anybody else's taste buds or stomach.
So if Vikings trying to get in the circle for a goal or a corner, shot, goal! Beautifully done by
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
That's me. Handsome and hilarious. It's a rare combo.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
I'm Jason Pose from Jefferson Township, and you're watching Big State Sports.
Here at BMW of Newton, we treat our customers like family while giving them the ultimate buying experience.
Don't miss the 2025 BMW X330 X-Drive, just $629 a month.
I invite you to come down to BMW of Newton to check it out for yourself.
Here at Open Road Cadillac, everybody gets treated just like family. We always make sure we find the right car for you.
The 2025 Cadillac Lyric, now for the limited time price of only $529 a month. Open Road Cadillac of Morristown in Florham Park, New Jersey.
Provide your team or athlete with quality trophies, medals, plaques, and awards with Performance Trophy and Medals of Randolph. Call us today at 973-989-8775.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
And welcome back to the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth here at Anthony Masserino Stadium, the campus of Vernon Township High School in Vernon, New Jersey. Dan Cleary, thanks for joining us as Mandelbaum Barrett since 1930, handling all your legal needs. Go to mblawfirm.com. And folks, you notice our background tonight is pink. And please join Big State Sports in our fight against breast cancer and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know if anyone has not been touched by this insidious disease. So join us here at Big State Sports in the fight for breast cancer. Maybe hopefully in our lifetimes get a cure. But again, just an insidious disease. So please join us in that fight. And again, the second half brought to you by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. Check out their great selection of vehicles for under $15,000. If you're just tuning in, this is the middle school players playing. The game is not going on right now. So led by Coach Gonzalez, Coach Taryn Picarillo, who I failed to mention is a great player from last year's teams. My apologies, Taryn, also a great lacrosse player. She's out there. Erin Miller, a former Viking. A lot of former Vikings out there helping. But we want to thank Open Road Mazda for sponsoring the beginning of this second half. And our sponsors, our Vernon game package. This is game 3. We've done Vernon boys senior night, girls senior night for field hockey, and the girls soccer senior night coming up in a couple weeks. And we did Vernon football in a great one against Sparta. And we'll have one extra game in case one of our teams from Vernon here goes deep in the state or HWS, and we'll get that game on for you. So we want to thank Mountain Creek, Rooster Tees, Mark's Auto, Vernon Copy Center, Potrock Valley Farms. You pick them from 7 to 4. No better place. I'm telling you, folks, get to Potrock Valley Farms with your family. You'll have a blast. And we've had great weather, so no excuse to head on over there. Potrock Valley Farms, Blackcomb Barbershop up in Hind Lakes, the best barbershop in Sussex County. Kathy's the owner, is a wonderful person. Vernon Lawn Care, you heard her from our man Mike Luscombe. This is the time of the year to get your yard ready, not just for the fall, but for the winter time. Get it fertilized. Bob Schupon can take care of all that at Vernon Lawn Care. 973-764-2111. Trax Deli, your hometown deli. Check them out on social media for their daily specials. 973-2700. And the best place to chill with your friends, it's the Daily Bean, located on the bottom of Route 515. I want to thank Gina and their sponsors. So we're tied at 1, a very good first half as we are underway. If you're just joining us, Jefferson in the visiting white uniforms, Vernon in the dark uniforms. Ellie Young scored her first goal of the year off a corner penalty with 4:29 to go. Jefferson had the lead, and right before the end of the half, Elise Giroux sent in the ball towards the post. Hannah Evers was there. She gets the goal, and we're tied at 1. which is impressive considering Vernon beat Jefferson 7-0 first time they played. So I'm going to bring in my partner, Mike Lipscomb. Mike, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half?
Well, obviously, as the road team on a senior night, Dan, the Falcons got off to a great start getting the first goal. Defensively, they have defended very well, especially on set pieces tonight, Dan. I've been impressed with the tenacity of the Falcons defenders. And then, obviously, Vernon, I think the second half will come out a little bit stronger, I would think, based on the fact that, now the coaches had the halftime to have the little discussion. Okay, guys, senior night is great, but now we have to go win a game. So now you guys need to get your act together and go out there and go get us a couple goals here. So I would think that we'd see a very inspired Viking second half.
I would agree. Good crowd here. They got the concession booth open. A beautiful night.
You can't ask for a better night for this time of year, Dan. I mean,
No,
to have a senior night,
I've shoveled on October 7th.
Yeah. I would be thinking I'd have a parka. I'm actually I'm in a short sleeve in the booth, and the sun's going down. I'm still in a short sleeve.
So we'll count our blessings with that. So the Vikings trying to thrust forward. Hey, senior night, Kayla Jurowitz, one of the seniors here. Her brother Ben is here down at Rowan. Ben with one of the biggest shots in Vernon basketball history, the putback heard around the world when they upset state-ranked and top-seeded Phillipsburg in the 100 Warren Sussex semifinals 2 years ago. And then they went on to win it all behind the great Alex Fessel, the school's all-time leading scorer. But great to see Ben out there, also a terrific volleyball player. Vikings try to bring it in, and that's going to be a corner. And as Mike pointed out, Jefferson's done a nice job in corner defense and circle defense in general. And this is the 7th corner for the Vikings.
Yeah, remember at one point, Dan, it was 3-1 Falcons in corners. Now what are we? Are we 7-3 now?
7-3.
Okay. So the Vikings starting to assert themselves on the Falcons, but can they get a goal out of it is the question.
Drew will send it in up top, Wrestler and Jurowitz. But they'll send it to Van Blarkum. She's got a rocket. Sends it in. That goes off a body. Still alive in the circle. Coley trying to send a reverse stick. Good idea, looking for Kaylee Free on the far post. Kaylee with 3 goals. Kaylee back out for the team. She played a couple of years ago and was an offensive threat. So Coach Clean very happy about that.
Dan, I was slightly distracted because we talked about the concession stand. I looked over and I see people walking around with popcorn now.
Uh-oh.
Concession stand popcorn is a favorite of mine.
Oh, great look by Drew out front. And again, circle defense kept in, saved by Osterhout. And we're going to come out the other way. Also, great defense back there.
Can't say enough about how good the Falcons have played on defense tonight, Dan. Once again, that was a shot on the door right there, and the Falcons were able to turn the Vikings away.
I think Montoya got a stick save there. Defensive stick save, which is now an official statistic being kept by the state and NJ.com. You know who always used to keep that before anyone else and put it in the books? And I told her we don't keep it as an official stat, but I'll take it from you as Bev Kerr, the legendary High Point coach.
That would make sense from her. I mean,
because it's a great
statistic.
Stat. Absolutely.
It is, and it's a way of, for lack of a better words, rewarding the defenders for giving them something that's tangible. Say, hey, you did this.
Vikings going to have some substitutions. Brielle McLean, the sophomore, looking to check in. And number 26, Molly Sokowitz, her older sister Abby, basketball and lacrosse, a goalie and lacrosse basketball player. Had a real nice career, was a terrific student athlete. And this would be Fitzsimmons with the restart. Drew is there, but will stay here, advantage for the Falcons. And we'll come out the other way. And here come the Vikings. Van Blarkum got free in front of her, and a good step up on defense to slow them down for the moment. Can they reverse stick it and get it out? Nope. But that was just great work. Dangerous coming in. But terrific work on defense by Montoya.
Dan, that ball might go all the way down to the bottom of the hill. I mean, that has gone through the gate, football gate, and is still going. Yeah, we should have a tracker on that one because that one might get down to the base of the hill.
Is Mike Van Zyl down there directing traffic?
No, I did not see Mike tonight.
The most overqualified site manager in the history of high school sports. One of the greatest football coaches and athletic directors at Wallkill Valley, West Milford, Passaic Valley, and one of the best guys in the world. Van Blorkum sends it in.
Yeah, do you feel like he was diagramming a play to me the other day when he was discussing something down there? He kind of, I was discussing the rock and the gate and stuff like that. I thought Coach was going to try to coach me up a little bit right there. I was ready to jump in.
Hey, everything's a coaching moment with Coach Van Zyl, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
And another corner. This will be at least Giroux.
The Vikings are getting closer and closer on this, Dan. I think it's just a matter of time for they get another goal here.
Again, they got kids that got rockets. Abby Coley's got a great shot. Madigan Van Blorkum, a wicked shot. They'll send it over, a little give and go. Van Blorkum tries to get it, does a dodge, sends it in, goes off the defender. Stay here, shot, great save by Osterhout. Banging it down. We'll have another corner. If we could take another quick look at that before the corner happens.
Hey, that's a great save right there.
Take us through that, Mike.
She gets screened a little bit, so we have the miss on that one. Recovers, sends it across, and then this just gets teed up with a lot of traffic in there, and she somehow saw that going through. That's a great save.
Knocking it down with the glove. With the shot sent in. Again, these Flyers from Jefferson have no fear. And right now they're being led by Mariana Montoya, the sophomore.
Yeah, that's another great block right there, Dan.
Could be another corner, number 10, for the Vikings with just over 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Still tied at 1. Great effort by the Falcons, but Vernon knocking on the door here on senior night. Drew will send it up. Reverse back. Van Blorkum, rocket. Goal!
Got it.
Deflected in by the Vikings. And we'll get the name of who got that, but that was a definite assist from Van Blorkum. Off the corner, Vernon up 2-1 with 7:49 to go. Sent up. This is a great pass right there. Perfect wrestler. Van Blorkum sends it in.
19 goal, 14
And Elise Drew with the goal. Van Blorkum with the assist. So the captain on senior night gets her 5th goal of the season.
Your Viking goal, number 19, Elise
And that'll
Giroux.
give
Assisted by number 14,
Maddie Van
Madigan
Blorkum.
Van Blorkum.
3 assists on the year. But Vernon cracks through. As Mike said, it was just a lot of those back-to-back. It was just a matter of time before the Vikings struck.
All right, Dan, I'm back. I had to jump out and do my other duty
I
there.
was just going to say, if you recognize the voice of the PA guy, don't be alarmed. It's still Mike Lipscomb.
It's still me, pulling a little double duty tonight.
Although we have to clone you, because then you can work at more schools.
I was thinking about this, back in the summer. I was starting to put out my basketball schedule. I wish I could clone me. I mean, it'd be bad for society, I think.
I'll let you say that.
I'll throw it out there. I'm not afraid to say it. But in terms of getting to see some games, think of how many games I'd get to see a year if I could cut myself in half.
Well, you've seen enough as it is. Giroux and broken up, good defense again. And the Falcons are used to that when they're playing the Vernons, the Hackettstowns, and the Newtons. The constant pressure. Drew sends it in. Great save by Osterhout. Tried to back it in on the doorstep. Van Blorkum. What an individual effort by Madigan Van Blorkum. Number 14. She refused not to be able to score there. Wow. 3-1 Vikings. So Van Blorkum. Giroux sends it in. Save by Osterhout. Batted down. Another save. Van Blorkum.
Your Viking goal,
She
number
refuses
14,
to give up.
Madigan Van Blorkum, unassisted.
Unbelievable by Van Blorkum. And that'll give Madigan her 13th goal of the season. Great job. That's just, I'm not going to give up, Mike.
No, that was a great goal right there, Dan. I mean, you just stuck with it. And, it's kind of what we talked about now that there's just been so much pressure on the Falcon defenders, and they've done a really nice job tonight. But eventually, you give up this many corners,
right?
With these kind of shooters out there, and that persistence, and eventually Vernon's going to get some goals.
Montoya keeping busy on the stick side of the field.
I'm also thinking Coach might have had a few words at halftime. This is a game that you're looking at saying, hey, we should win this. We won big the first time, and you're only 1-1 at half. That is a great coaching moment right there for somebody to say, guys, this is not what we were supposed to be doing right now. Let's get our act together.
As we said, Coach Colleen, a great technician. And again, Vernon's field hockey program has been one of the most successful in Sussex County history. Vernon opened up and was celebrating their 50th anniversary of the building. The actual high school opened 74-75 with split sessions at Lounsbury Hollow Middle School. But the building opened in 75, and within the first 2 years of existence, Vernon went to 3-section finals in field hockey. Led by, which would make my segue, the Hall of Fame dinner will be November 8th. You can check us out on Facebook. And led by the great Joan Bono, who unfortunately passed away in 2004 at the much too young age of 44. But Joan Bono leading that team with Rachel Gardner, the goalie. Just an unbelievable team. And they've been good. They made the state finals in 1980, lost to Shore, led by Joan's younger sister, Michelle Bono, who's in the High School Hall of Fame here, as well as Carol Bernard on that team. And
you ran off another school there, Dan. That's no shame in losing the Shore Regional.
Yeah. Coach Bruner was the head coach of that team. Steph Casadell was the assistant. Cheryl Leitner was a sophomore on that team. Colleen McGill, Marcel Erickson. Kathy Labar was a big player on that team. And then when Coach Casadello took over the program in '88, 7 section titles, 4 appearances in the state final. And Stephanie always made me laugh. She said she was the Marv Levy of field hockey. But you know what? They ran into Shawnee and Hunter and Central the times they lost. And that's when Shawnee was what Eastern was for many years. No one beat Shawnee with Coach Bobby Schultz. And they had some great players back then. Vernon Hall of Famer Kathy Basso, Caroline Lutz on that 90 team that went to the final. Heather Thomas. Wyko was in goal. Trying to remember some of the names. I'm getting old. But then, Susie Garcia and the Garcia sisters in the mid-90s. Alicia Garcia, whose daughter Monica just became Sussex County's all-time leading goal scorer in girls soccer. We always joke, how does she not play field hockey? But I think soccer worked out pretty well for Monica.
I think the soccer decisions worked out okay for her.
But the Garcia sisters were as good as it gets. The first family of Vernon field hockey. And here comes Van Blarkum again. I don't think there's a more determined athlete out there than Madigan Van Blarkum.
Van Blarkum's had a heck of a second half, Dan. She's been all over the place in this half.
Her motor doesn't stop. But just to finish my thought, the Garcias, Alicia, Mary, and Susie, the first family of Vernon field hockey. I think I saw Alicia here tonight. And Susie, arguably the best field hockey player to come out of Vernon. Could make an argument for Basso and Bono. She went to Brown. She's in the Brown University Hall of Fame for field hockey. All-state first team when Vernon lost in '96 in the state finals. And let's put it in perspective. The baseball outfield was their home. That grass field. Any of those players I just mentioned played on turf.
Oh, my.
Oh my is right. Michelle Bono had the county record for goals with 28 when no one had turf. She would have had 50. Sent in.
It's an entirely different sport on the surface, Dan.
100%. Swept away by Montoya. Then that record was broken 10 years later, the county record, by Kathy Basso from Vernon. But the all-time Sussex County record is 143.
That's incredible.
Heather Connolly of Newton. Huh? Caitlin Harding's going to make a run at it, but I don't think she's going to get there. Good circle defense. We'll come out the other way. 2 minutes ago, just over 2 minutes ago. But I said that to Susie when she was put into the Vernon Hall of Fame. I said, could you imagine if you played on this turf? And without batting an eye, and Susie was not cocky. She was like, I would have had 70 goals.
Yeah, it's just so different. The point that I realized it, Dan, I know you followed more field hockey than I did, obviously. But the year that Walkill won the sectional title.
2017.
Right, with Morgan Carr and Fiona Blake and that group, Mazeski.
Both Mazeskis.
And then they had to go play at, I believe they went to Booton High School to play Madison.
Yeah, I was there for that.
And then it's just, you're watching Madison play, and you're thinking, okay, yeah, Walkill's pretty good. And you're watching and go, this isn't even the same sport anymore.
It's a different game.
It's an entirely different game. Madison, the speed that they played with was just crazy. And then Madison turned around and got beat pretty badly by somebody else.
Then they lost to Shore.
Yeah. So, that, just shows the levels of field hockey. Like I said, when it's played well, it's a great sport to watch because it's just so how fast it goes now. Like, I'll catch myself watching college games once in a while just because of how fast the game is played.
it's incredible watching North Carolina play.
Well, no, I watched North Carolina and Duke like 2-3 years ago. I remember watching, going, "Wow, this is amazing."
North Carolina, unbelievable. Good battle for the ball here. Under a minute to go. This is Janice. Reverse saved by Osterhut. Osterhut's had a very good game.
He's had a great night tonight.
It could be 6-1.
That whole Jefferson defense, Dan, you're right. I mean, the onslaught has been, especially here in the third quarter. This could be a lot worse. And let's be honest. They've gotten a couple set pieces. I think in a set piece, they're right back in this.
I agree.
But now the field's gotten tilted on the Falcons. Where in the first half, the Falcons were, I don't know whether it was 50-50, Dan, but it was a pretty good possession number. And now the Vikings have imposed their will at home here.
And under 10 seconds to go, so Vernon, a good third quarter for the Vikings. Getting goals from Giroux and a goal from Madison Van Blarkum. And that is our score, 3-1 after 3 quarters of play here on senior night. We'll take a break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here live on the Big State Sports Network.
Tired of tired floors? At Washington Floors, we're a family-owned business in Washington, New Jersey. From cozy carpets to stunning hardwoods, we've got your floor covered, literally. Fully insured, fully trusted. Call Washington Floors today at 908-989-0111. Again, that's 908-989-0111.
Your entry door is your guest's first impression before entering your home. Make it a lasting one with Maslin Door Company, Sussex County's source for the largest selection of iron doors in New Jersey. Visit us today for professional and personable service from design to installation. Choose from elegant and secure iron doors to grace your home or beautiful fiberglass doors in a wide variety of color and style. Call Maslin Door for a free in-home estimate or visit our showroom and tell them Hudson sent you.
Mandelbaum Barrett PC Attorneys at Law provide you with a 360-degree approach for your personal and business legal needs, built on relationships, support, and innovation. You can rely on Mandelbaum Barrett. Visit us at mblawfirm.com.
Here at Open Road Cadillac, everybody gets treated just like family. We always make sure we find the right car for you.
The 2025 Cadillac Lyriq, now for the limited time price of only $529 a month. Open Road Cadillac of Morristown in Florham Park, New Jersey.
Welcome back to the Mandelbaum Barrett broadcast booth since 1930, serving all your legal needs. Go to mblawfirm.com. Here, as we come to you live from Anthony Masserino Stadium, the campus of Vernon Township High School, I'm Dan Cleary, live on the Big State Sports Network. As you can see, our score, 3-1 Vernon, good third quarter for the Vikings. And as you can see, our background and a lot of our graphics tonight are pink. Join Big State Sports in our fight against, and you see that, against breast cancer and all the research. So help us during October, during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And again, want to thank our sponsors, Mountain Creek, Rooster Teas, Mark's Auto, Vernon Copy Center, Potrock Valley Farms, the Black Comb Barbershop, Vernon Lawn Care, Trax Deli, and our friends at the Daily Bean. So Vernon picking up 2 goals in the third quarter with a corner penalty. It was a goal by Elise Giroux, her 5th for the captain. And then an unbelievable individual effort by Madigan Van Blarkum. She got off 2 shots, batted 1 in, and then finally her hard work paid off as she scored to give Vernon a 3-1 lead as we head to the fourth quarter. So I'm going to bring in my partner, Mike Lipscomb. Mike, your thoughts?
Clearly the field is tilted in favor of the Vikings here in the second half. Whatever coach said at the half has worked very well. The amount of set corners that have taken place, it's just a question of wearing the Falcons defense down. they have done a stellar job tonight of defending, but unfortunately for them, it's just too much of an onslaught. But I think they've done well to only be down 3-1, to be honest with you. And this could be worse, but at the same token, if the Falcons can get the ball down the other end of the field and get a corner themselves, they could be right back in this game pretty quickly, Dan.
Caleb Jerwitz battling with Fernandez. That Jefferson defense, Montoya, also Makepeace back there, Gabby Fitzsimmons, and Ella Young have hung tough. I mean, the Van Blarkum goal, what can you do? She refused to be stopped.
That's just a human being decide they're going to score no matter what. I mean, that was tremendous effort. That's probably the biggest effort goal I've seen this year.
I would agree with that. And I've seen West Essex play. I've seen North Hunterdon and Newton play. As far as effort, I haven't seen a better effort goal.
An individual effort right there, Dan. That's all that was.
And if you're a field hockey fan, and I know you are if you're watching, here comes Giroux into the circle, tries to send in the cross, and good defense again. And again, I've said her name several times tonight, Mariana Montoya. But if you are a field hockey fan, and there's no more tournament of champions, so this is the only time they're going to play each other, 1 versus 2 in the state. Number 1, Oak Knoll, led by their legendary head coach, Hallie Good, and number 2, West Essex, led by Jill Koss, who's closing in on 600 wins. She will only be the 4th coach in state history to do that. They'll be live tomorrow from the Chatham Athletic Fields that Oak Knoll plays on at 4 o'clock. The 2 top teams of the state live on the Big State Sports Network, and I am incredibly fortunate to be on the call.
Dan, and the great thing about that, Dan, is not only is that a great game, but let's say you can't get to watch the game tomorrow.
Right.
Let's say, like tomorrow, I'm working around the 16 HWS game tomorrow. Then I've got my basketball leagues. I can't turn it on right away. I can go back and watch it Wednesday if I want to. I can watch it Thursday morning when I get home from work. I can go to Big State Sports and just pull the game up, and I can watch it in its entirety. It's a great tool to go. I use it a lot for like scouting teams.
Mm-hmm.
Big State Sports is an awesome venue for you to check out the world of high school sports.
And the best part, Mike, no paywall.
That's
Every game will be free as long as George Muah owns the company, and I see no reason why he won't, unless he gets bought out by ESPN, because we do more games than him. Into the circle, sent right back, and we'll have a corner. No paywalls. Subscribe to the YouTube channels, and you will find out when the games are, or find us on YouTube. Never a paywall. You don't have to pay to watch your son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson, niece, or nephew play a ball game on Big State Sports.
You can't plug Big State Sports any more than that and just say, hey, listen, guys, it doesn't cost you anything. Just find the game and watch it.
Just please patronize our sponsors. We
Exactly.
see scrolling through.
If you're in the area, stop in, grab a coffee, set up a long care appointment, go get a haircut, do something.
You got it covered right there, Mike.
I did cover quite a few of the sponsors right there.
You certainly did. You're going to go apple picking, too, at Potrac Valley Farms.
It has been. I've been a little seasonably warm for that, to be honest with you, Dan.
Yeah, but it's been packed.
I can only imagine.
Best place to go.
I'm a little concerned about the pumpkins, Dan, because it's been a little too warm for the pumpkins. I'm not sure they're all going to make it to Halloween.
I forgot that you're an expert at vegetation as well. I am highly impressed.
The pumpkin is not designed to sit in that warm weather like that once it's been picked, and
it's also not been designed to be carved into either. But they do that.
They do that. But we have digressed a little bit here to start the fourth quarter.
Yes, we have. Let's get back on the rails.
Well, here I'll give you a good note here, Dan. We were showing the pink background to Walker Valley. Also had their cancer awareness. They had their senior day today, and they also had their cancer awareness. They read a couple of former players who've battled cancer, and it's great to be able to recognize people who are violently fighting the disease, and some who've been, unfortunately for us, have been successful in doing so. So we hope that everybody continues their battle, and we wish everybody the best of luck in fighting this dreaded disease, and hopefully at some point, Dan, we find a cure for all of it.
Hopefully in our lifetime. I can give you a personal story. A very good friend of mine for many, many years, Robin DeVries, she passed away last November. And if you know Big Jack, if you live in Vernon, who doesn't? Jack DeVries, that was his sister. And that was heartbreaking to see her pass away at the age of 53 last November.
It's way too soon, Dan.
Due to insidious disease, breast cancer. So I think about Robin every day and the battle she put up. But the corner, let's get to a little bit more happy news. If you're a Vernon Viking fan, not so much if you're a Jefferson fan.
Yeah, we're well into the double digits now. Corners, I'd have to think, Dan.
12-3.
12-3, yeah. Ooh, off the post.
Wow. I love a hit coming in. Osterhout got a piece of that, so that'll be a hit coming in.
You know, at first I didn't think that had that much pace on it, Dan, but it seemed like that ball, once it got about halfway to the goal, it seemed like it took off a little bit.
And one of the rule changes they implemented within the last 10 years is that would have been taken in. We'll take a look at that. That hit would have been taken from the end line. That doesn't give you really an advantage.
Right.
Let's take a look at this, Mike.
This is, yeah, look, it takes a hop there, and that's.
And it stayed in play.
It stayed in play. I mean, that's a tremendous shot right there. I mean, you're inches away from getting the goal of the day. Well, I mean, now we have a couple candidates for goal of the day right there because there's been some tremendous efforts here today already.
Good work. Hey, we're just giving a piece of information for Vernon fans and football fans in particular. I just was given a text message by former Vernon football coach Chuck Tepper, the legend, that Joe Down, first-year football head coach, longtime assistant to his brother Steve, took over the program this year. After beating High Point in a classic 35-28, was named the Super Football Conference Football Coach of the Week. Congratulations to Joe Down.
Joe has done a really good job, Dan. You know, they get off to that rough start against Warren Hills, and I saw Warren Hills scrimmage, so I knew Warren Hills was pretty good. And you know, unfortunately, you got the young quarterback starting Kimkowski, who's a sophomore.
Oh, he's been a revelation.
And you know, his second possession of his starting career, they're down 16-0 already.
Yeah.
That's a hard hole to get out of. But then the schedule helps them a little bit. They play some people they can get, you know, work on some stuff, and they run off a couple games. They beat people who I feel they should beat. And then all of a sudden, you know, they played Sparta very competitively. And then last week they beat undefeated High Point. So give Coach Downs all the credit in the world for going from week 0 of having a tough time with Warren Hills to coming out and going out and beating undefeated High Point. Deserves the Coach of the Week award.
No doubt. Good run there by Kaylee Free, but broken up by Gabby Fitzsimmons.
You know, and then we're talking about momentum. I mean, let's talk about the Falcons. We talked about it earlier, Dan. I mean, the Falcons are on a good little streak going into this game, and they have played very well tonight.
And they have a game against Kittatinny, and I don't know how you want to label it, a play-in or stay-in game. It's basically, if Jefferson wins that, they stay in the Freedom Division again. If they lose, it'll be a split against the Rangers. So it's going to be, against the Cougars. So very interesting to see. And Kittatinny jumped up to the Freedom because 2 years ago they won the Colonial. Coach Karen Rutenberg in her second turn as the head coach of Kittatinny. Her daughter Sam's a terrific player.
Again, no, Dan, it's just you know, there's a middle class out there. I mean, they don't belong playing with Newton, but they don't belong playing with. I mean, let's be honest. North Warren has struggled. Do they belong in that division either? No, there's a middle ground somewhere, but we'd have to unite a couple divisions to do it. And you know, at some point, I would just hope that we would get the foresight to say, okay, let's put, you know, what's the extra 20 minutes of travel? Let's put the right people together and make very good divisions out of it, which are going to help people with PowerPoints come down the road for the states.
So we mentioned Jefferson won the Colonial last year, 6-0. We mentioned the kids on that team. I forgot to mention Katie Blair. She's golfing and playing field hockey at FDU. So that's a nice double sport for her. We'll have a whistle. They won their first ever league title in 2019, led by Kat Bahamotis, who was an unbelievable athlete and player. Patricia Orlandani. Lauren Haynes was the goalie. I mean, Jefferson's been around a long time, and for Coach Canarazi to get the school's first field hockey flag, very impressive. Then they won again in 2022, went 5-1, and the great A.V. Young, who her sisters are playing here tonight, Ella and Sam, playing at lacrosse at Oregon. That team had Lanny Osteich, Nicole Delaportis, Mia Magnata, Haley Conrad was the goalie. So, they've had success for the last 4 years, but again, you know, I don't want to belabor the point about jumping back from divisions. When they're in the Colonial, they do real well. And again, Caitlin, we always reminisce when I see her about 2011. We had a freak snowstorm, remember, right around Halloween 2011? It was back-to-back years.
Remember.
The next year was Superstorm Sandy, so Halloween was canceled 2 years in a row. And they had no field was ready. Vernon, Bill Edelman, the then AD, got this field cleared. And Walker Valley was the home team. They had a very good team with Brittany Harlos on that team. And Jefferson, the underdog, beat them 2-1. Caitlin Canarazi had a goal in that game. And Lauren Ferguson had a goal in that game. And they got to the section semifinals and lost to section champ Ramsey that year. So Always good. And I interviewed Caitlin for Muggs Media back then, and it's still online. She goes, the girls found it, and they keep showing it to me.
That's funny. Yeah, I've dug around before. I'm like, can I find a old clip of me, and can I destroy it fast enough? I got a face made for radio. I don't need that stuff out there.
Well, any clip of me would be in black and white, and I don't think they had talkies then. It was sound. No sound available.
Well, I'll be honest. I think that because you remember back in the day of Muggs Media, we used to do the stand-up before the camera, before the game. I think I might have been the reason. I might have broke a lens somewhere. And therefore, they're like, this is too expensive to put him in front of the camera, so let's just not do this anymore.
Well, I remember doing that, and the idea I like, but then people just were standing behind you just yelling at you, trying to distract you, and I said, you know what? Well, the lock sticks. Let's just do it off camera at the desk.
I don't know if anybody was yelling at me. I mean, maybe people trying to pass me. Listen, this is what you're supposed to be watching right now. I mean, try to find the most quiet place in the gym and hope nobody yells at you.
Right.
I think that's why I never became an official. Maybe I was scarred from that and didn't realize it, Dan.
Well, you know what? You need to call Top Mental Game.
Okay.
If you want to increase your confidence and resiliency. Yeah, how about that for a segue?
Dan, you know what? I've set up a couple sponsors tonight. I did not see that one coming.
Top Mental Game. Oh, into the circle. Could be chance here. Shot. And a goal. A beautiful goal. Number 3, I believe, Sylvania Mentone. Well, look at that.
Dan,
wow.
This whole thing's like slow motion action right here. I mean, this looks very innocuous right here. It comes across. It's just slowly kind of drifting.
Yep, number 3.
And then she hits it as slow going to the corner of the post, and it scores.
I would like my golf shot on the green to have that kind of control.
Oh, if you could just get the pace down like that, that's tremendous putting right there.
Great. Goes far post. Sylvania Malone with the goal. And she's a junior, and that's 3 goals for her. And they've made it officially sweaty with 2:49 to go.
Dan, I mean, the Vikings the ball's been on the other side of the 50 for almost a whole quarter. But again, we talked about all those corners accumulating. Right here you get something like that. Now if you get a set piece on the other end, maybe you get this game to overtime. Is the possibility there? Sure, Dan. Possibility's there.
Oh, 100%. What drives you nuts about the game of field hockey, so similar to soccer, when it's so low scoring, anything can happen.
I mean, you and I, our last soccer game together was an overtime tie.
Yes, it was. I thought you were going to bring up the game. I froze out and had to leave the press box because I couldn't speak anymore down at Ramapo.
No, if they'd put us in the press box, it would have been nice instead of leaving us
Yeah, they weren't letting us in that day.
Yeah, the famous Dan tap-out game, which Dan brought it up himself, so it's fair game now.
I literally couldn't speak anymore. It was freezing rain. I don't know how you did it. I just turned to you and said, take it from here, Mike. Well, another corner here for the Vikings. That'll give them 13. Giroux will send it in with under 2 minutes to go. This would be a good cushion for the Vikings. As we said, anything can happen.
This is basically the game for the Falcons. If they give up a goal here, this is pretty much a done deal.
And that catches a foot. We're going to come out the other way, so Jefferson has a chance. You can see Coach Kieran Killeen just exasperated with that. So Jefferson 1 goal away to tying this up after losing 7-0 the first time the two teams played.
Give the Falcons credit.
100%.
I mean, Coach said that they were gonna be different this time, and they have been different. Yeah. I mean, regardless, this is still something for them to build off of either way.
And going into a game against Kittatinny, going back on the natural surface, Elise Giroux's had a great game on senior night, scored a goal, one of the captains along with Abby Cawley. Abby's been the anchor back there on defense. I want to mention another kid who played last year, Kelsey Callahan, was a very good player for Vernon.
Is that game at Kittatinny on Thursday, Dan? The Jefferson Kittatinny game?
I believe so.
Okay, but again, that's a very good service. Good. Travis Stewart, the groundskeeper at Kittatinny, does a tremendous job with that field.
That could have been trouble, and that's a great read defensively by the Vikings as that through ball came in, and the Vikings will clear it out, and that's a great job of defense by Caitlin Hordich. That might be the defensive player of the game because if she doesn't make that stop, it's 1v1.
Right. And now you're going the other way. I mean, this is almost like this is soccer. Just send the ball down the corner and just.
weaving her way in, Drew.
Either way, the Vikings are killing enough time right here. I think
They're just going to knock it around here, maybe take a shot. And before they set this up, the horn will sound, I believe. And there it is. So congratulations to the Vernon Vikings. They're going to post a 3-2 victory over a scrappy Jefferson Falcon team as they'll go to 7-3-1. They'll go to 4-2-1 in the Freedom Division. They'll leave the division and play at Wallkill Valley their next game, as Jefferson will fall to 0-5 in the division, but a tough battle, a one-goal game. They'll fall to 5-6 for Coach Canarazi, but boy, did they play tough, and they will play at Kittatinny next. Again, if you want to find out who our Big State Sports Player of the Game is, brought to you by Climate Care, you got to go to our social media. Great job by our Big State Sports crew, led by the great Kyler Hackey on the board. Shout out to Kyler. He went on his own and got pictures of the Jefferson seniors and did that to give them some love. And that's what a top-notch producer does, and that's what Kyler did tonight. So great job by him. And for my partner, Mike Lipscomb, I'm Dan Cleary. We'll see you again soon live on the Big State Sports Network. I tend to agree with field hockey when you don't have as many teams either. Like every school's got soccer, not everyone's got field hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I think between the four smaller divisions of the NJAC right now, I think we're only playing 16, 18 teams.
3 years of his tenure were kind of shaky, but he rebuilt the program. He got into a section final for the first time, and bringing it into the circle. Chance here for the Vikings. Reverse stick saved by Osterhout. Still loose, kept in the circle.
And all the alum want to come back and help out, whether it be as a coach or some way they contribute. It's great. It's great for the program when you see everybody come back home.
On the insert, sent in, tough shot there, and it's a goal. Redirected in for.
You have the opportunity to let them run for a while yet, but we've seen other nights where teams have come out and struggled in this format and end up losing games. So.
Good job by the Vikings to create that by the captain, Elise Drew, so they'll get their first corner. Say in sports.
No. I'm not promoting food to the masses if I don't think it's really good. I will not do that to anybody else's taste buds or stomach.
So Vikings trying to get in the circle for a goal or a corner. Shot, goal! Beautifully done by 4 straight wins. All 1-goal wins. Lenape Valley 4-3, St. E's 3-2 in overtime, 2-1 over Wallkill and 2-1 over Butler on Saturday. But here's a chance. This first time we're going to call Janice's name, and a great stop in the circle.
I mean, look at Jefferson. Look at Vernon's football team. To have the tough opener, Warren Hills. Well, look at the corner first here. We'll come back to that point.
Crowley will get it back in the circle, sends it to the side. Perfectly set up, shot save. That was a defensive stick stop, actually. Great job by El. Crowley has chance, takes the shot. Rebound comes out loose. Vernon will get to it. Turning it in is Bauman to Van Blarkum. Good circle defense by the Falcons, but a little too good as that's going to be, I think there was a push. Oh, great look by Drew out front. And again, circle defense kept in, saved by Osterhout. And we're going to come out the other way. Also, great defense. And here come the Vikings. Van Blarkum got free in front of her, and a good step up on defense to slow them down for the moment. Can they Radigan Van Blarkum a wicked shot? They'll send it over, a little give and go. Van Blarkum tries to get it, does a dodge, sends it in, goes off the defender. Stay here, shot, great save by Osterhout. Banging it down. We'll have another corner in the third quarter. Still tied at 1. Great effort by the Falcons, but Vernon knocking on the door here on senior night. Drew will send it up. Reverse back. Van Blarkum, rocket, goal!
Got it.
Deflected in by the Vikings. Broken up, good defense again. And the Falcons are used to that when they're playing the Vernons, the Hackettstowns, and the Newtons. The constant pressure. Drew sends it in. Great save by Osterhout. Try to back it in. On the doorstep, Van Blarkum. What an unbelievable. Good battle for the ball here. Under a minute to go. This is Janice. reverse save by Osterhut. Osterhut's had a very good game.
He's had a great individual effort right there, Dan. That's all that was.
And if you're a field hockey fan, and I know you are if you're watching, here comes Giroux into the circle, tries to send in the cross, and good defense again. And again, I've said her name.
Of high school sports.
And the best part, Mike, no paywall.
That's
Every game will be free as long as George Mual owns the company, and I see no reason why he won't. Unless she gets bought out by ESPN, because we do more games than him. Into the circle, sent right back, and we'll have a corner. If you're a Vernon Viking fan, and not so much if you're a Jefferson fan.
Yeah, we're well into the double digits now. Corners, I'd have to think.
12-3.
12-3, yeah. Ooh, off the post.
Wow. Yeah, how about that for a segue?
Dan, you know what? I've set up a couple sponsors tonight. I did not see that one coming.
Top mental game. Oh, into the circle. Could be chance here. Shot. And a goal. A beautiful goal. Number 3, I believe, Sylvania Mentone. We'll look.
The Jefferson kid didn't get?
I believe so.
Okay, so, but again, that's a very good service. Good. Travis Stewart, the groundskeeper, kid thing, does a tremendous job with that field.
That could have been trouble, and that's a great read defensively by the Vikings. As that through ball came in,